Well, now we will zoom in to the floor soil radiance and have a better look at the transition zones, because they tell us a lot about what is happening on the ground floor and other levels of your project. Well, you can recognize the two radiance we have here, to 2 meter 10, a really good situation, and a poor situation with a radiance of 120. This is quite rare, I must tell you, but you can find this somewhere. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. And of course we have the zero layer on the floor. And we also, with purpose, we drew it in another color, because it's not really a part of the floor soil radiance. It's telling something what is on the floor or not. So you can leave it. But when we go up to the first layer, there's something special what you see here and here and here. We call it in a blue zone. This is not a color you can find, in real life, but it's really a kind of lid. It's a bond or kind of energy. It's thicker, and you can feel it really with your hand. When I feel, for instance, here, the second layer, I can feel it also in my hand. You can really hold it almost on your hand. So this gives you a sign that is really the top of the first layer, top of the second and the top of the third, and that can be about 5 centimeters wide. And then the next part is this transition zone. It's a little, energy. It's really like the colors of the rainbow. It's not a straight line, but it's really flowing into the second layer. And this one is glowing up here, and this was really going out. But this one you can really perceive with your hands, and this is also what many people, where we are getting mistaken, because when I go down I can feel here an energy, say, hey, this is the top of the first layer, but then when you go lower you go, but here is the lid, and you should always have this one, because this one is more stable. And not here. It's the same here and the same here. And it can be a difference about 30 to 20 centimeters. So here you can feel more the quality of the energy in this transition zone. So the height of the radiance tells something about the amount of energy. How much energy is there in the room, in the soil, and this tells you about the quality. Is it organ? Is it flowing? Or is there a lot of stress? Can I perceive prickling? What is this oranur? Or does it feel burdened, feel heavy or sticky? This is called the door. Well, it is telling me something about what is happening on this level. And this level is what we call more connected with the earth, with the realization level, how we call it in a project, the level on the ground floor where everything is produced, where everything is happening. But also you can find here information about the earth grid. The Hartmann or the Curry grid you can also find here. So this is what you have to learn to distinguish in this transition zone. Is this the natural energy from the place where you are, or are there some energies here from the people working on ground floor? In this one is connected with the communication with the middle level, so what we call it. You can also say it with the heart, is the communication level. So in this transition zone you can perceive everything, how well there is communication about certain topics in the system over here. So when I feel a lot of tension, or is tension on the communication level. But I have to learn, is this some tension from inside the system, or what I also can perceive here is energy from transmitters, from the 4G, the 5G, etc. And this is already telling me when I start perceiving, tuning more in, I really have to be careful, because this energy from the 5G, etc., is not pleasant at all. Of course, you can feel it everywhere, but it's concentrating in this communication level. And then we get to the concept level, a transition zone of the third layer. It's called the concept level. It's more connected with the management, the plans and ideas, the vision. So when there's a lot of sparkling ideas, that will certainly sparkle here, but we have really tension getting it all together, then you can feel the oranur here. Or when there is a lot of dead energy, old ideas, I can also feel it here. So now you see, this is already helping me to do a reading about three important levels of my system. First, I sense how much energy is there, and second, what is the quality on concept level, middle level, communication level, and realization level. When something happened, when there's a lot of stress, we learned from Reich that the oranur will condense like door. It will be dead energy. And this dead energy is really accumulating in these transition zones. And also causing blockages. So blockages is always things from the past, it's door. And these blockages are also blocking the whole flow of the energy, because this is Mother Earth breathing out, it's the energy of the place. So when here is oranur and spete door, you can feel it over here as a much thicker layer in the lower energy. Oh, in fact, because this is getting polluted with oranur and door, is getting stopping the flow, because the flow is also caused by the cosmic energy coming in. The cosmic energy is meeting the earth energies, and together they thrive. And only, this is in fact also connected with the guardian, but also how open, how much flow there is in the radiance from the floor of the soil. So now you see when there is door starting to emerge, this is declining. The energy is getting low, also because the cosmic energy is getting blocked. It can't get to the surface. So this is in effect a negative feedback, so to say. Tension and all burden patterns are polluting the transition zones, causing the energy blocking, stopping to flow. It's lowering and also having no cosmic energy coming in. Therefore, for many people, it's easier to perceive a lower floor soil radiance, because it's easier to find these transition zones, or say the top of the different layers. But it's not pleasant. This one is much more open. And sometimes when there's a lot of energy, for instance, when you go to the beach, then you can have 1 meter, 2 meters, so much energy. And then you will sense that all the transition zones will disappear. There is only energy. And like we told, it's life energy plus information generating the formative force. And it's also creating this kind of radiance. So the information is here and the height is the energy. You see, it's all fitting together. Okay, hopefully this gave you some more insight in the floor and the soil radiance. And let's get to practice and learning to sense this. Thank you very much for watching.